All right, so this is the time I had to deny not one, not two, but 3 people from the bar I worked at while I was in college. If only these kids were smarter, they might have had a chance, but not with me at the door, buddy. So let me set the scene. So I'm a senior in college. It's my 2nd semester. I'm on my way out and I'm looking for another job to work during the school year. I do a little searching here and there, and eventually I find myself a bar backing job / bouncer job at a bar on campus. I get trained on everything: how to spot a fake ID, how to check an ID, all the stuff in the bar, everything you can name about a bar, the ins and outs I could do besides actually serving the drinks. That's for the bartenders. So one fateful day in like February, so I'd only been here like a month and a half, and these 3 kids come up in line. It's literally one after another. The first kid comes up to me and he has like a military ID because, you know, he was in the military. The thing about these military IDs is the birth date isn't on the front, it's on the back. So typically novice barbacks or bouncers, whatever, will look at these and be like, oh, military, he must be 21, right? Wrong. So I, being the Chad that I am, flip the ID and notice that the dude's birthday, like this is 2023, by the way. Dude's birthday is 2004. I'm like, dude, this is seriously what you're giving me? He looks me dead in the eyeballs like I'm some sort of drill sergeant and goes, yes, sir. I'm like, dude, at ease, soldier. I'm not letting you in the bar. The very next guy was also trying to meet people in there. He's like, hey, my friends are in here. They're right behind you. Lo and behold, I look over my shoulder. There's 3 people breathing right down my neck, right? This is February. I could feel their hot, warm breath on my neck while I'm sitting out in the cold, okay? So I knew these people were highly anticipating this event. I go up to him. I'm like, hey, dude, cool. Can I see your ID real quick? And he looks at me. He goes, I don't have one. And I go, you're not getting in, like, without an ID. I need to check and make sure that you're 21. Now, this guy's excuse was, obviously, I'm over 21. I look 26. And he did. He looked like he was probably about 26, 27. But the rule is, no ID, you don't get in. So, I had to stand there and tell this grown-ass man, hey, you can't get in unless you have an ID. So now the fun begins, okay? Because now we start getting the bickering match. Hey, I lost it at the other bar. Like, it's not my fault. I'm like, well, maybe if you were more responsible, you'd have your ID right now. Or, now this is the craziest idea, go back to the bar and find it. You know it's there. Oh, no, dude, I'll never find it. There's too many people in there. So he gets all upset. I'm like, dude, I can't let you in unless you have an ID. So if you have a passport, military ID, not that, guys, or a real ID, I can't let you in. I'm sorry. The friends behind me are bickering down on me. They're like, you seriously can't let him in? Obviously, he's 25. No, I can't. We have rules for a reason. And if you were smart, you would have your ID with you. It's not my fault. Sorry. Just playing by the book. I'm just enforcing the law. I am the law, actually. So I get called a bunch of names from behind my back. I'm just like, whatever, I can't hear them. It's all noise, it's all noise. And then the guy walks away. It's all over. Then the 3rd guy pulls up. This guy is the first person in a group of like 6 or 7. So a lot of business for us if you know, all goes well. He hands me his ID and I go down and I look at it and I just scoff and I start laughing, like directly in this dude's face. And listen, I'm not claiming to be the master ID checker or anything like that, okay? But when you see a fake that's so so obviously fake, it makes you laugh. It was hilarious. So this dude's ID, this is me holding the ID. This dude's ID was from Illinois. So off the rip, I knew it was fake because I'm from Illinois, so I know Illinois IDs and how flimsy they are. This dude's felt like card stock, okay? So right off the rip, it's a fake. Then I get down to the address, okay? I get down to like the city state, right? I'm looking at it and it says Columbus, comma, which is a city, Naperville, comma, which is a city in Illinois, comma, IL. And then not an Illinois zip code because I know the zip code for Naperville. Like I said, I'm from there, so I know these things. And it's some zip code for probably somewhere where he's from in Ohio, okay? So I asked the guy, I'm like, oh, hey, so you're from Columbus, Naperville, Illinois, huh? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. My favorite thing to get people on fakes, by the way, was to ask them where they went to high school and see if it correlates with their ID, right? So I know all the high schools in the Naperville area. So I ask him, hey, what high school did you go to, bro? And he says, yada, yada, yada. He says a high school that's like 15 minutes from where we're at right now in Ohio. And I'm like, you couldn't even get that right, huh? The backtracking is my favorite part because then he goes, oh, well, there's one in Naperville. I know there's one here, but there's one in Naperville too. I'm like, all right, dude. No, there's not. I can guarantee you there's not, okay? Another bickering match ensues, you know. He's like, oh, well, it's my real ID. I don't know why you don't believe me. And then I'm like, no, it's not. I can very obviously tell it's not, dude. You're stupid. And then he's like, all right, well, here's $20 so you believe me. I'm like, oh, thanks. No, I didn't actually take the bribe. I didn't actually take the bribe. So he ends up leaving. He's all mad. He's saying, calling me mean names, and he just walks away. So that was the end of that. What lesson did we learn here today? The lesson learned is, number one, don't try to get into a bar with your fake ID. Okay? Or have a valid form of ID. Lesson two is, if you are gonna try to use a fake, I'm not condoning using them, by the way, I'm not, but do a better job with your address and stuff so it looks a little bit believable, okay? Just saying. I'm just saying. Well, that's the end of that story. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, maybe even comment. I love interacting in the comments. So, thanks again, and have a good rest of your day. I'll see ya.